Yeah, we back. Game related. Network. Getting faded. Not really, but hey. Maybe. I don't know. You don't know how many I've had. Don't judge me. My name's Adam, though. It's Game Related Network.
Yeah, that's Adam. This is Kevin here.
This is Zach.
And welcome to the Game Related Network Saturday Night Podcast. Getting back at it. You know.
Yeah. Been a couple Saturdays.
Yeah.
I'll take responsibility for that. You know, some things happened, came up, had to make some adjustments.
We're always making excuses. I mean, we've got shit going on. We live our lives, and you know, we just hang out and do this. And here we are again, though. Coming back live on the internet. And there's so much to talk about.
Lots happened.
Man. Yeah. Let's just pick up with what we watched right before the podcast. So,
okay.
First thing, the Doom Eternal gameplay that was revealed yesterday at QuakeCon.
Yes.
Woo.
Yo. That's the most chaotic but controlled gameplay I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was just so fast-paced, but the control, it seemed like the player had over every facet of their movement, from just quick turns to boost and change the directions mid-air, grapple hooks.
Oh, my God.
Just, the freaking melee kills?
Yeah.
Let me just impale your eyeball from underneath your jaw real quick and then slam it back down in your head.
Yeah. Some really brutal stuff. I still haven't played all the way through the first one.
Oh, it's so
I need
good.
to do that.
Likewise.
Man.
Watching this gameplay has just made me really want to get into it.
Yeah.
It makes me want to replay it.
Seriously.
Damn, that was some fun. Honestly, as far as first-person shooters go, that's one of the few where it really encourages you to, like you say, just move around and fucking get in the face of everything and don't duck and hide behind cover and, just lob grenades and hope for the best. This is
shoot blindly and shit.
Right? This is some up close and personal stuff, and it's really fun, and it's really fast-paced, and it's really rewarding.
Oh my God, yeah.
Doom Eternal does look like a very intimate experience.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they're giving the Doom guy some really cool upgrades and abilities. We saw the hook shot thing.
Man, that made me excited when I saw that.
Ooh, grappling hooks.
Love a hook shot, man.
Yeah.
Whether it's in basketball or in mobility, it's just effective.
That looked like a lot of fun. The way they were using it, to gain momentum and swing around. Man, really cool.
Yeah.
It's almost like if Spider-Man could go into the Doom world a little bit, you know,
oh my God, yeah.
That's a lot of awesomeness being converged upon.
Right.
A little foreshadowing there.
Next month. My bad.
But yeah, there's also I don't know if there was a lot in that footage, but there was some other footage where there's a flamethrower attachment. There was did you guys see the little thing pop up on his shoulder, shot a rocket or something?
There was so much going on. I have to watch that shit again.
There was two sets of footage. There's one that was on the Xbox with a controller, and then they did the PC footage with keyboard and mouse with the wider field of view.
Yeah. And
you could see the difference in the gameplay. Both of them were great and amazing, but with the keyboard and mouse and a wide field of view, it's a step. I don't know.
It's just better. They wouldn't have done it if it's we got more power. This is what we would do with it, you know?
God, it was so cool. Dude, it was great. So I'm excited for that. I'm fucking excited for that. Looks like Doom is on the right path.
And the place, the setting, you know what I'm saying? It's always interesting in Doom. Yeah. It's it's so gross and awesome. Just veins in the walls pulsing and shit. So you're walking in what's that theme park in Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Oh, Anatomy Park.
Anatomy, we're just blasting through Anatomy Park and shit.
Well, I mean, look at our background. That's our backdrop tonight.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's nuts. I mean, the visuals they've gone over the top, and I've noticed it looks a little more like they're having more fun with it. Some more, I don't want to say cartoony.
They're embracing the ridiculousness of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, as they should.
Yeah,
I mean.
Totally.
Doom's always been a ridiculous concept as far as I think they took it pretty serious in the beginning. They tried to, but I mean over time, it just wasn't catching. This new formula they did with this latest, push with it, is perfect. It's just not realistic at all. Just fly around and just rip shit apart. Just feel like you're OP.
Exactly.
Yeah, I forget what the release date is for that. I think it's coming out at the end of the year.
I hope so.
What, Doom Eternal?
Yeah.
I don't know if there was a release date yet.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I would assume 2019, but I don't think it was officially slated. I mean, like, it's coming out on the Switch also, but they didn't specify whether or not it would be, like, you know, I mean, I'm always wondering, like, oh, is it going to come out, like, 6 months after or 8 months after, like, Wolfenstein 2 or the first Doom did?
Yeah,
but to be fair, Doom, the remake, the 2016 one, that was before the Switch was even out. So, yeah. That's granted. But I'm guessing 2019 for both, for all versions, I guess.
Yeah. I keep forgetting how late we are in this year already. So
yeah, man, it's crazy.
Like
already
like
August, man.
Man, that's not so far away, but no, it's not really not that far off.
We're already to the fall holiday release time where it starts picking back up, you know?
Yeah, big speculation season now.
Oh, speculation and some crazy drops, you know? Like we're back in the mix. Here through, you know, next spring is going to be a fun time. You know
for sure. That February 26th, is that day that all 4 of those big games are coming out?
I believe so.
What games?
Okay, so it's what? Metro Exodus, Anthem.
Isn't Days Gone dropping?
Yeah,
that
Days
day?
Gone is the third one, and then there's one more that's also pretty big that I'm trying to remember.
No, it sounds like some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Days
they're
Gone.
all Crackdown 3. That was the other one.
Oh fuck! Oh
yeah.
Maybe. Let's.
Yeah, I know.
Let's, you know. We should probably shut up about Crackdown and let it actually
if
just
I were
drop
them, I would delay it again. Like, seriously, I would delay it just a couple weeks, just a month.
Right,
like,
no, it's like...
why compete with that much if you, like, already put this much time and resources into the game? This is one of your only IPs that you still have for this generation, like, that... Xbox One owners have been banking for.
Yeah, so. That would just add to the folly too. Just to try to drop on that day. And what are you trying to prove? You're not going to outsell those titles. No. You're going to come in 4th place on that day. Straight up. You know, don't do it.
Yeah.
Release in March. It's cool.
Which one do you guys think you're getting that day? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know
if you're only getting one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Days Gone. I have to, man. Yeah. But I'm going to have access to Anthem because I got that Origin Access Premier Pass, which we'll probably get to that. Yeah. For some people, if you're like me, highly worth it. I don't know if you're like me, though, so we'll kind of cover that. Right. But, yeah, I'll have access to that off top. But if I had to choose, I'd still choose Days Gone.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Days Gone, that's the zombie game, right?
Yeah. That's the PlayStation 4 exclusive.
It sounds interesting. Anthem's the one I have the most interest in, I think, of those titles.
Yeah.
So probably Anthem if we're going to be picking one of those up. But those are all games I would probably wait for reviews or...
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Is Days Gone going to be on PC or is that a PS4?
That's PlayStation.
That's through Sony,
yeah.
But their exclusives are fire, man.
Yeah, they really
God
are.
of War.
Yeah.
Man.
It didn't matter. That was the first game this whole generation, or of any generation, since I've been a PC gamer, which I would say from maybe like going back to like PlayStation 1 days, it probably skipped until PS3 days when I got really back into PC gamers. The last 2 generations, the first game I've played where I could not tell the difference between I got a pretty solid system. It's not like no chump shit. Yeah, and I'm playing on a PS4 at God of War. I'm like, yo, this is amazing. No matter what it's on, if you just take hardware out of the question, just look at what's on the screen when you're playing. Holy shit, you know? So I'm hoping for the same or like close with Days Gone because Sony just knows what the fuck they're doing. And they got the money to throw into that kind of optimization and development. You know, like that's a big factor in all of it.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's been really impressive to see developers start to take advantage of the hardware that they have on consoles. Because I love seeing that with each generation. You know, like with the hardware revisions that they've got with like the Pro models or the Xbox One X. You know, like they give it like a little more horsepower.
X.
They enable like the 4K output and all that, but it's great to see like really solid games performing well, and those good exclusives do make me like want to buy a PS4. You know, like it's like, man, I know I'm missing out on some of these games.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, if you ever do come around, even if you waited until PS5 came out,
exactly.
Cheap,
at that
it'd
point,
still be highly worth it just to grab the exclusives and play them.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah. No, I'll probably end up doing something like that. Get like a good, because I want to get a PS4 Pro if I'm going to get one. because I've got like a 4K TV, and I would love to take advantage of like the HDR features on some games. Or,
for sure.
Really push it. But I don't have the need except for those games.
Yeah.
But then there's a handful of those games that
that list is only getting bigger as time goes on.
PlayStation, man, like it's a pretty. I don't know what your personal interest is on their exclusives. I know for me though, like that with the exclusive list of games, it's long. It's enough to easily justify me buying a console.
Oh yeah.
Even like when if I didn't have the money at the time, when Switch dropped,
Breath
of the Wild, people bought it for that and were happy with the purchase. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those games. It was worth it.
Yeah.
And have all of that, you know what I mean? Like that's a long list of high quality games, man.
Yeah.
Which is kind of baffling. We talking about Crackdown and Xbox's exclusives and all of that. Like, man, you got so much catching up to do. Just don't do that to yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They're trying to play catch up. I mean, with their E3 stuff, it was good to see that they've been kind of acquiring some IPs.
That's gonna help.
And they're all surely
Studios
hard at work on the next generation, like for the next Xbox. Whatever it is they're doing, they're probably helping making a strong launch lineup. Hopefully, for whatever it is that they're doing.
They better, man. That's what I have to say. Don't come out with no weak ass. I rushed the console out for whatever, but y'all know games for it type situation. We can't do that. I'm interested to see too, because the Xbox One X, as much as I don't find it necessary for me to have, I do find it very intriguing to see what they're going to do with the next console, because I am impressed with the Xbox One X as a console technically. That thing is a beast.
Yeah, they stacked it with pretty good hardware. I'm trying to remember the specs on it, but they definitely beefed it up, and I saw a teardown of it. They did some pretty good, clever stuff with the cooling.
I saw. Did you see the Digital Foundry one where they tore it down? I think it's the same one. Shout out to those guys. They do phenomenal stuff on that channel. But I mean, just seeing how awesome they made that console when they actually boosted to the next gen and try to make it, for the next however many years they want it viable. It's going to be interesting to see how far they push it. It's just crazy how they're neglecting VR on the console side. I'm going to be honest. Like, that just seems very foolish.
Yeah. It sounds like they have kind of given up on this generation of the Xbox ecosystem. And I'm really hoping, though, that their next console, they put something out with VR, because they have all these headsets. Microsoft has the whole Windows mixed reality system. And it's pretty solid. And it seems like you don't need a lot of horsepower, and I don't understand why they haven't tried to push that harder.
It's weird.
It doesn't make sense.
I wonder if it's just another realm where... I wonder now that we're talking about this, is the first time I've ever had this thought, but what if they decided to with this generation, and that's just another area of this whole thing where Sony just kicks the shit out of them, because they already have such a head. They're the top VR headset seller, period. So, and they're already your main console competition. You're not going to close both of those gaps.
That's
I wonder if...
no, I think that might be their strategy, is to try and maybe get a bigger leap in their hardware or system before they try to put out a competitive product.
Probably might be smart. As much as I'm riding them for it, I'm like, yo, what the hell? Now I think of it from that perspective, and that hit my head. Like, that's smart, because you're not gonna. I mean, Oculus and HTC are trying to figure out how to catch Sony. That's all, Oculus especially. That's their whole ball game.
Yeah. I mean, I think, sure, in terms of units sold, they've got a lot of ground to cover in terms of just pure units sold. But I think Oculus is putting in more heavy research into VR.
For sure.
It's in general. I think they're also they're pushing on a different front. But I think PlayStation has been just so wildly successful with the headset, because it's such a good price point. They have such a huge install base. And they have good content for it, and it's a compelling experience. It's great. It's great that they've done that.
And for what you pay for it, it's a good investment. It's not going to be the high-end, top-of-the-line VR experience, but Sony is going to make it really good. And you don't need, if you're in VR, it's just about immersion. You don't have to have, once you're in there for a few minutes, it doesn't matter if you're running it at max or if you're running it at whatever, even on PC. If it's well done, you're going to be into it and you're going to feel like you're there. That's the whole point. And I hope, with that being said, with us, kind of exploring that possibility, maybe they don't want to close that gap. I hope they're taking the time for whenever they do decide, if they do with the next generation, to really hit that shit hard and maybe have like some one-to-one experiences with or make it almost standard. Like if you have a AAA game, like if it's a first-person shooter or anything that can be applicable to VR, you do it in VR. You know what I mean?
Well,
you make it an option.
I think that's a big point, or a big component rather, is their content, because PlayStation had a long-term plan with, like, I heard rumors of the Project Morpheus for a long time, before PSVR even came out. The Microsoft there were rumors of stuff, and then they ended up coming out with the mixed reality stuff, and I always assumed it was going to work with their current consoles. It seemed like it was within the realm of possibility that they have specs, but I think they didn't have the marketplace ready and the content ready. And the Windows mixed reality headsets have the benefit of working with Steam VR, so there's a lot of stuff they can do already with that, but a very limited amount of stuff you can do through the Microsoft Store, which is
puzzling.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and granted, I don't know the extent of the experiences available because I just have a Rift, so I don't know what all you can do with the Windows headsets. But I know there's not a lot of like first-party games or anything like that, that would draw or rather that they would use to market it on their console systems. So I think it's a lot of those factors, which makes me hope they're doing it for their next gen console, which should be coming out in 2020. Is that like the?
That's kind of what it feels like for the next wave. I would even say for Microsoft, I wonder if they're going to come out first. Part of me feels like they need to in a way, trying to get that advance, but then part of me is like, if you let Sony see what you're going to do, they already bested you this generation. They it feels like they got the drop on you no matter what. You're going to give them the advantage of knowing your hand, you know what I mean? But dang, they're in a spot. I don't think it's bad though, because Sony doesn't mess with PC, so Microsoft does kind of have that. They could fail though on the console side and still turn a profit with these games if they're selling on PC.
True. No, but I think that's what Microsoft's their biggest potential is. That they have that whole crossover with the PC user base that all use Windows software, so it doesn't make sense why they haven't further integrated that with their consoles yet. That could be a huge keystone or a turnkey into getting things moving in that direction. And bringing the console market back.
I think in a way, what I see them planting the seeds, it might have been slow growing, but I see them planting some solid ones like the Play Anywhere program, where if you buy one copy, and I love this, you buy one copy, you get it on both. You just have the game wherever you can play it. It's awesome. And if you're on the Xbox app, you can cross-play online with people, you know what I mean? But I feel like you have to start leveraging that. Like maybe even, I don't know if they mess with PC exclusives or anything like that, but it's just interesting. We'll see what they do. I don't know. I just hope their VR is awesome because this is Microsoft, man. You do computer shit.
It only makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Well, in other gaming news, recently we were also watching the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer that just dropped. And man, that was spicy. There was a lot of cool stuff in there. I'm excited as fuck for that.
Man.
You're excited as fuck to wait for next
I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait, But it's gonna be that much better, dude. I'm gonna have it at a high refresh rate.
This is very true.
Great. It's true. I'll wait probably about 6 months or so, maybe
hopefully, if you're lucky, 6 months.
Well, we'll see how it goes. But it looks good.
I don't think I can wait. Even if it's 6 months, I don't know if I can wait. I might just be committing to double dipping, and I'm saying it publicly, probably to my own disadvantage. But fuck, I mean,
it'll happen.
That world, that trailer, man. Everything about it. It looked like they have been working on this game for like a decade.
They basically have. It's been like an 8 or 9 year development cycle from what I've heard.
Jesus. It shows, man. Like the lighting, on my phone. I watched it on my phone. I can't wait to watch it on TV. You know what I mean? But just to see the view distance, the draw distance, the rendering of like the grass and the fields, makes me wonder what they're showing that footage on. If that's the console footage, I have no problem playing it on console. And then getting my mind blown all the way out by the PC when it drops, Exactly. And by then, if it's depending on the weight, might be a new generation of graphics cards out. Might be one in my PC. I don't know. I don't know. We were talking about that lighting. What'd you call it?
Ray tracing.
Ray tracing and red. Red Dead ray tracing has a ring to it.
It has to be enabled by the developers in the game. I don't know if it's something NVIDIA has pushed out for developers to working in the games in advance, but that's going to be a huge thing when that does drop on the next generation. But yeah, the game's looking really good. The thing that struck me the most was the animations, how clean everything looked.
Yeah.
The way that people were moving and the fighting.
For sure.
You know,
like the fist-to-fist combat in particular, it kind of reminded me of like what they were able to do with like Uncharted or The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Like how it actually, it looks fun. It plays fun probably, and it looks like it's got that grit, that realism, or it's like, this feels like a fist fight.
Yeah.
So
with the grappling and stuff and the leveraging for
exactly.
position and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was watching a breakdown of the trailer earlier today, and there's a part where he is using the eagle eye and shoots a guy off his horse, and then the horse freaks out, and as the horse like whinnies and like stands up, he flips the guy as he's falling down, and like the ragdoll and like the animation was so fluid and like realistic, it was insane. Like, I don't know, and it was all from like a pretty far draw distance too. Dude, it's looking good. I trust Rockstar with what they're doing. So I'm excited to see, how it all turns out, because the first Red Dead was such a huge and open game, and it had such a charm.
Yeah, it did. It was
really
ridiculous. A lot of that had to do with John Marston, though. I was saying this kind of earlier before we started. It's hard for me to get over that feeling. I'm bummed I can't beat John Marston in this game because he's in this freaking game. It's the prequel. And he's in the gang you're in, but you just can't beat him. But this new character looks very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm not mad. I'm going to play the shit out of this game.
Oh, yeah.
That is my one thing, though. But I do feel like after seeing that, how is this not going to be Rockstar's opus? Like, Grand Theft Auto 6 is probably going to be incredible, too. This looks special, though. Like, we talk about the charm of the first one.
Yeah.
It looks like there's going to be better.
I think it's going to be another high watermark for Rockstar's repertoire. GTA 5 is still getting content updates and support, and it's still making them a shit ton of money through like the Shark Card system, and the game's still selling because it's a good game. But it's giving them like, I don't know, more leverage, I think, to put off GTA 6, right?
Yeah.
Like
like Skyrim with Bethesda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, yeah. But Red Dead is going to be such a magnum opus, and I don't know. I'm not even thinking about GTA 6,
Yeah, I don't care now.
Yeah.
I don't care if it takes 4 more years for that shit to come out. I'm going to be playing Red Dead that time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! Yeah. The whole environments, man. Just we were watching here with that alligator at night.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Let me silence my phone. I'm over here fucking up.
Yeah, the wildlife and how you're gonna. I want to go gator hunting in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
If they got the Rockstar editor in there again, I'm gonna see if I can do like some sort of like spoof gator hunting thing with the main character. Shoot him, Billy Bob! Shoot him!
Do some role playing, streaming. Won't give me a gator. Oh man, yeah, I'm so excited for both of those.
Yeah. This could be good. I'm trying to think of not a lot else I'm speculating on right now. What
we were talking about that whole Dead Cells IGN.
Oh shit, that was good. That was interesting.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Well, the guy just plagiarized somebody else's work, I guess, and like that's what happened. You're gonna get fired, and that's what happens when you plagiarize in the journalism industry.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn, like, come on, dude.
How many times are you gonna have this conversation? Wait, you used to work at IGN? What happened?
Yeah.
How many times? Like, dude, really? You wrote about video games for a living? You did, though. Don't anymore? Oh.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Is if you're doing like a job like reviewing video games, why are you plagiarizing that? Is that do you not like your job enough to like really
do
like,
the work yourself?
Yeah, come on, like you've got a pretty sweet gig.
The sweetest gig,
like,
if you ask me.
It'd be one thing if it was a review of like a shitty game that was getting like horrible reception that you just like didn't want to put the time into doing or whatever. It'd be like, oh, I mean, it's one thing to be like, oh, this is a lesser known YouTube channel reviewing a really shitty game that maybe 1 million people will watch. Maybe. That's
even then though. That's 1 million people that could call your ass out.
Yeah, exactly.
For plagiarism.
Exactly. That's the thing.
What are you doing, man? It's just been as simple. I mean, I'm 33 now. I feel like I've been around for a little bit of time for gamers. Even back when I was in high school, it took a Google search to see if you plagiarized something. It's not hard to catch in this day and age. Look at the internet, man. What the fuck were you
And you're
thinking?
working at IGN.
Yeah.
The big, conglomerate, fucking big gaming journalism thing. It'd be one thing if you wrote a review on Wii's World or something. I bet you guys haven't heard of that one.
Definitely not.
It's like a Wayne's World Nintendo Wii fan website where they posted reviews and shit.
That's hilarious. Wii's World.
Party time. Excellent.
That's hilarious. That blew my mind when I heard that. Just some small YouTuber getting just word for word bit by an IGN editor for Dead Cells.
Yeah.
What? Man. And the guy was cool about it. He didn't want to get fired, it seemed like, or whatever. Yeah. But obviously, IGN can't keep that around.
Yeah, no. I mean, if I were the guy whose content that was getting taken from, I'm like, well, I want to feel flattered, but at the same time, it's like, that's mine.
Yeah. I'm going to need a little bit of this.
Right? Mm-hmm. What are you doing? And then they posted a new Dead Cells review that they have in parentheses as version 2 or volume 2 or whatever.
Yeah, I saw the update. They had a new review. I think they put out yesterday or today.
Yeah. I didn't cross-reference it, but I did it sounded different. It was definitely less copycatish. But as far as gaming news, that's kind of is that it?
I think with most of the newer stuff. I mean, there's some other there's some VR news I wanted to talk about, or just some new stuff. I mean, the Marvel VR game dropped.
I want to play that so bad.
And it looks good, man.
Big Wolverine.
I've heard mixed reviews. Some of the characters are less fun to play as others, but I saw their roadmap for their upcoming patch, which should be coming out in a week or two. Mm-hmm. And it looks like they're revamping some things and balancing some stuff out. But the game looks just, like a lot of fun. Just playing as different superheroes, and you can, bash up a bunch of enemies. And
right.
I don't know, man. It looks cool. But I'm probably gonna wait for sale. It's $39.99.
It's an expensive VR game.
Yeah. All things considered, but it's I don't want to pay that right now. I don't know how long I'll really play the game, but it looks good.
Yeah. It's a Robo Recall with superheroes, man. In a way,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Better mobility
and multiplayer.
That too.
Yeah. And then another game came out that I really want to get. It's called Pixel Ripped.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, so the game, there was a demo back in the DK2 days that this Brazilian developer made, and it's really cool. The game that she made, it's about a kid playing a game on a handheld device, kind of like a Sega.
Oh, okay, now where he's in class and shit. Yeah.
And so you have to play the game in VR while also having to deal with other circumstances, like trying to get away with it in class, or dealing with friends or parents and stuff.
Phenomenal.
So it's got really cool elements from what I've heard. I've seen some gameplay and it just looks just so clever and well done, and it's just getting amazing reviews. I hear it's a pretty short game, but it's only $25. Retails on sale for $20. When it came out. It looks awesome.
That's cool though, the concept. That takes you back right there.
Yeah.
Let me sneak a little
Game Boy Color.
And you actually have to do it, and you're playing the game. That's so dope.
And then they scale things up so it makes you feel like a kid. So the world's bigger.
That's
and
funny.
There's like hidden cartridges you can find, and I don't know. It seems like a really well done game. Really, really interested in picking it up.
Hell yeah! What's it called? I don't know what to call it. Sonic Mega Collection, I think.
Yeah.
On PC, they added a VR patch. It's fucking cool. Really? You're in a bedroom. It looks like a early 90s bedroom. And you got a little CRT TV right there. And you play the games on your Sega. You can blow it up full screen and have it in a big way in front of you. But playing it on the TV is a trip, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. You just you really feel like I even sat on my floor.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the ground cross-legged back in the day. Felt like I was playing on an old school TV. Even little stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just so dope. VR adds such a different level. It was nothing but a room rendered around you.
Well, here's what's weird. This is something I experienced early on in VR, like in alt space, was when I was in VR watching something on a screen in VR. Mm-hmm. There was another weird layer of depth, like because my brain was already getting tricked into seeing this 3D environment. And I remember somebody put on some cool like music video on a giant screen in alt space, and the parallax inside the VR, like it's hard to explain, but like it's weird, like that extra immersion, not just from like seeing like things on a bigger screen like virtually, but like something like the world. Translation, like the way it layers is insane. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah,
sounds weird.
Yeah. It's a trip. Yeah. You're looking at a screen in VR.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can feel your own reality though. Yeah.
Right,
that's a trip, man.
Yeah.
What about you, man? What you twiddling them thumbs on?
I got a list, man.
Shit.
So I was playing through Grand Theft Auto 5 for the second time, and I beat that.
Nice.
I beat Dark Souls Remastered. I started playing Splatoon 2. Doing the Splatoon 2. Getting that multiplayer level up. But I mean, I was talking to you at work about this, and the fact is that its single player component is an extra $20, and I didn't pay for the game. So it's like $80 for the full experience.
The whole game.
There.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
Beyond.
It's multiplayer only to begin with, which I'm. I don't know. I like it. I think it's a lot of fun. Does it have the level of depth that a multiplayer only game such as Overwatch has? No, not a chance. So I don't know. I like it. I think it's a little overpriced, like a lot of Nintendo stuff. Like, well, that's what they do. They charge $60 for a Kirby game, and then $60 for like the Super Smash Bros. Game that's got like 900 hours of music.
Right.
It's just like you're either getting like a hell of a deal, or you're paying $40 more than you should.
Right.
But anyway, I've also been playing Hollow Knight. I downloaded Hollow Knight onto the Switch, and it is glorious. A lot of fun. Metroidvania style. Really, really, really good music, visuals, design as far as art direction, just laser focused in how it's trying to convey itself as far as its tone and its themes and all of that. And it's so damn fun. It's so interesting. I love that game. I've also been playing Nier Automata, getting back into that. I'm about 5 or 6 hours in there. I think I'm about quarter of the way through the game, give or take.
Okay.
But there's alternate endings from what I've heard, and different stories to play out, so maybe more than 20 hours if I feel invested enough to. But it's interesting. I feel like it's a little meta. Like it plays like a bullet hell in certain sequences, like only when your character goes into this mech and flies off, and other times it feels like Bayonetta or something like that, because Platinum Games developed it. But yeah, honestly, mostly just been playing Hollow Knight. That's the one that I was really excited about. That is too fun. Like, so many different types of enemies and bosses and different ways to go, and it's open-ended enough to the point where you feel like you're making your own adventure, kind of like Breath of the Wild. Like, you remember that when you were playing it, there was like a bunch of guardians inside that like basement, and there was that gust of wind underneath the labyrinth or whatever, and you were like running towards the middle to get out at the last second. It's not like on that scale for sure. It's more just the exploratory, like I got to this area first, then I discovered this, and then I discovered that, and the map is just huge, and it's good. Hollow Knight's really good. I really recommend it.
All right, I'll check this shit out, man.
And that's it.
That's it. That's what's up, man.
Excited for Smash Bros. Oh, you know what? I will talk about this. They did have a Smash Bros. Direct a few days ago. I'm sure you guys might have heard. Simon Belmont is confirmed.
Yeah.
Richter Belmont, Chrom, Dark Samus, which I'm excited for, and King K. Rool. So,
jeez, they got a million characters in that damn game.
They're at 67 characters at this point, and there's still more to be announced for sure.
I can't wait for that shit.
Dude, yeah.
That's gonna be a great day in gaming when that drops.
Seriously, I'm hoping. I still got my fingers crossed for like some Crash Bandicoot. I'm hoping that's a good character that can
pretty
be
natural
in
fit. Yeah.
The only characters that I know are not going to be in there are ones that are not amiibos. Excuse me. They're what are they called? Assist trophies. They're like Pokemon, but like not Pokemon. Oh. You just like pick up an item that's like a trophy, and then someone pops out, and they help. But the 3 characters that I want in the game as playable characters that are assist trophies: Waluigi, Knuckles. Actually, 4.
Knuckles, man, he'd be good.
I would love Knuckles to be in there, but actually 4 now that I think about it, because I was gonna say Bomberman. I really wanted Bomberman.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Bomberman's cool.
And Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is not gonna be playable. But
out of
that's
all
okay.
those, that kind of disappoints me the most, to be honest. Shovel Knight's awesome.
Shovel Knight's legit. But yeah, no, I still got my fingers crossed for Crash Bandicoot. And honestly, a little part of me is like, maybe Banjo-Kazooie, because Phil Spencer says he's cool with it. And I mean, you got someone big at Xbox and someone big at Microsoft who's all right with that. I mean, Nintendo and Microsoft been a little buddy-buddy with this whole crossplay thing going on. So, we'll see.
I mean, they're neighbors, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're real close to proximity up there. Northwest.
Seriously, Nintendo of America and Microsoft.
Both in Redmond, man. I'm pretty sure Microsoft is in Redmond, too. I don't know. It might have been moved around.
No, I don't know. Right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yours truly is also from Redmond. Just a little side note. Destined to be a gamer. But yeah, man. I was born there. I'm not from there. But yeah, man. Anything else on your gamer plate?
Not really, man. Excited for Smash, as always.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, so to revisit something we talked about last week, where I was talking about the EA Pass, the Access Origin Access Premiere, rather.
Yeah.
I went ahead and did it, man, and I gotta say I'm instantly very happy I did. For me, though, someone who plays Madden and FIFA every year, I'm actually saving $20 with the yearly subscription because it's $100 as opposed to paying $60 each.
Yeah.
If you're not like me, though, and you don't have a high interest in that, it might not be that valuable for you, but there's a lot of games. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, even if you're just counting the 2 games that you would buy, that you're getting that savings and getting the early access, like you get them a week ahead of time.
Yeah.
And all those other games. I mean, it is impressive. It's really impressive, like how much access you get. And they call the Origin Access program, right?
Yeah.
Like you're saying, you started the Battlefront campaign too?
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much boycotted that game because of the microtransactions. Now that it's included, I was like, let me see what they did with this campaign. And it's pretty fun what I'm at so far. I'm probably 4 or 5 missions deep into it, but it's dope. The graphics are phenomenal on it. I always knew that part was in place, but to actually play and see it, it's canon. So I feel like I'm getting an original Star Wars experience that I need to know because they're going to come back to this shit later.
Yeah.
But there's that, A Way Out. I told you, like, we can go ahead and stream that. I probably would have never played that game if it wasn't for this.
Yeah. No,
but I'm excited to play.
I wanted to play that too, and I think I'm going to try and, because my roommate has the Origin program. You can share it with another PC player, even if they don't have the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That opens up a whole lot.
It's an interesting title. I heard really good things. I heard it was a lot of fun, and I watched some gameplay footage. Donkey did a video on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I love.
I watched that one.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good old Donkey.
Yeah, but there's that. There was another one. Oh, Battlefield 5's dropping. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be playing that soon.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna get that game.
No, but now
I haven't played Battlefield. Yeah. I think I played Battlefield 4, the campaign some, but I just kind of got out of those Call of Duty Battlefield type shooters.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for something to bring me back.
Something a little
This
more.
might be it, though. I get to try it, no extra cost.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm gonna do it.
Exactly. You've got it there already. Like you make one payment, or a monthly subscription, depending on how much you think you're gonna play these games. And I think it's a pretty good program. It's hard to argue against in terms of the value that you get. I think.
You get everything back to old Command & Conquer, Dead Space games. They really span the eras with their catalog, man.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's been phenomenal. I've been playing Madden mostly with that right now.
That Madden, though.
Man, it's good. I'm still getting used to it. You know, it's definitely a learning curve, more so with this iteration that I've ran into with other ones because the movement changes and all that.
Yeah.
But I have it on PC now because it's the first time they had it on PC in 10 years. And
yeah.
it looks phenomenal on PC. Runs phenomenal, smooth. It's hard to discern some angles whether you're watching real football or not. You know, it's really come far.
Lighting is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the shadows and like the movement and the crowds. I mean, it's a new level.
Yeah.
You talk about the incident where your player ran into like the sideline camera and like they showed the replay from that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So yeah, my first touchdown, it was a scramble with Russell Wilson, and I run to the corner of the end zone. And I dive for it, and he hits the pylon. And so when they show the replay, they show it from the pylon camera. I think they had this in the game last year, but it wasn't this fleshed out. It was kind of sloppy. Yeah. This year they show perfect angle of him coming in, reaching out, smacks the pylon, and all of a sudden static. You know, like the camera went out. It was just cool little details like that. Or just you talk about the shadows. You see how they're rendered, but then you see him like interacting with the grass, the 3D grass, and how it distorts them a little bit, and just little things like that, man. Yeah. It's just really good so
Impressive,
far.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed with Star Wars Battlefront 2. I haven't played any multiplayer. I doubt that I will. I'm not really into it, but I'm glad for the story and the arcade setups, you know?
The game has always been, I think, like, visually astounding, and they've done so well with, like, getting, like, the sound design right and, like, building, like, the models and, like, you know, making it look Star Wars and sound
photogrammetry, man.
Yeah, it looks fucking great.
Yeah.
But it was the little things, or the bigger of little things, I guess. I don't know, with, like, how they put it out. And, like, the content that they put out. Just dumb shit. Dumb shit. Yep. Like, you guys have the power of Star Wars to make like a game that will easily sell millions of copies if you do it right.
Yeah, and you have the old Battlefronts as a template. Those are some of those beloved games ever.
Oh my god, so dumb. So easy, stupid to make that fun.
Yeah, like, just do that with better graphics.
Just don't even. Yeah, exactly. Just don't do anything different. Just make that game again, and just make it look like the way you made it look now.
Yeah. Oh man. Even now I'm drooling like, that'd be amazing. But I'm playing it regardless because of this pass, and I think it's smart because somebody like me who might not have played these games might stumble when they're like enough to get DLC for or whatever, so they're gonna even get more money through it, or they might buy the copy, you know, because you get a discount if you're an owner of it or you're a member, I should say. So that's been cool, man, and play those games. I feel like I'm getting new experiences. I'm looking forward to Anthem even more now because I know for sure I'm going to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, FIFA 19 comes out in a couple of weeks.
You're getting your money's worth. That's the thing. If the service is worth it, I'm all for it.
Yeah. I don't know if I would do Microsoft's Game Pass, to be honest. I don't feel like I'd have that same satisfaction. As much as EA gets maligned and panned, this is a hell of a move they put out, and I'm really happy with it. Just keep doing shit like this, man. This is the move.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. But other than Madden, man, and Star Wars, I haven't really. Oh, Mario. I gotta finish that. Kirby's coming to grab it tomorrow, so I gotta finish that game by tomorrow night. I'm in the Moon Kingdom, bro. I don't know if I'm sniffing the end. I hope I am. I'm ready to be done.
Well, I mean, you. Yeah, you are getting close. I mean, there's a point at which, like, once you beat the game, you can keep going, but that's, like, you know, that kind of demands you need a certain amount of moons, so you need to go back through the levels and give them a twice over, but, you know, that takes a little longer.
I'm cool with leaving that out because it gives me a reason to get the game when I get my Switch.
Exactly.
So I'm planning on that being my next kind of playthrough of Mario. But I want to get that main campaign done. I gotta stop that wedding, bro.
Yeah, exactly. See, yeah, you're pretty much there then. You'll definitely beat it by tomorrow night as long as you play.
Oh, I'm playing tomorrow. That's my goal. Get that shit done.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
What about you, man? What you been getting down with?
I got a few things. You know, of course, been playing a bunch of Skyrim VR. You know, I'm doing the Dark Brotherhood quest line right now. Having some fun. Just kind of taking it easy, wrap things up. I'm just trying to wrap up this character so I can start a new one that's going to be a mage.
Okay.
And I'm saving certain things for the mage character. Like, I didn't do the mage's college on my current guy.
Okay.
I haven't done any of the DLC quests.
Okay.
And I'm saving, like, some of the Daedric stuff and Civil War. Haven't done the Civil War. So, I've got chunks of gameplay like that I'm going to leave, so it's still fresh when I start new.
That's what's up. I like that approach. Yeah.
So just kind of having fun wrapping these up, and I'm like in late game. I'm over level 50 now, and I'm like just like maxing skills out. And it's just late game Skyrim was fun because you're just like way too overpowered.
Right.
It's pretty great.
You really feel that shit.
Yeah, with like the archery, I've got like my archery's almost maxed out, but I've got the slowdown ability. So like when I can like jump off a ledge and like slow down time and like draw an arrow and like let go and like slow mo and just
that probably feels epic in VR. It's Jesus Christ.
It's very cool.
It's the Aloy move, man.
Doing that, but also been playing a bunch of No Man's Sky still. I don't remember if last time I was here if my roommate had picked it up yet, but my roommate has the game as well now. He's been playing it a bunch, just really digging it. A couple of my other friends are playing it, and we're having fun, playing multiplayer.
Hell
really
yeah.
Cool game, man. It's such a big, such another level of gameplay to it,
Yeah, new element, man. Yeah. One that we've been waiting for a minute, but we're glad it's in there now.
Yeah, it's just like that emergent gameplay that you have when you're playing with other people, and it's such a big game where there's so much exploration. And granted, like you kind of get used to the formula after a while, like you see things that look like things you've seen before, like but when you're playing with people and you're just going through it, it's a really fun and immersive gameplay experience. And man, I don't know, I've been enjoying it, and that's moved along. Got like a really badass new ship and stuff, so I'm like tricking that out and just kind of working on my base and building things, and it's cool, it's fun. It's a fun game.
That's a natural fit for you now that it's in, good form. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love space games. Anything space, I'll play it. Space Engineers, Elite Dangerous, all that stuff.
I'd be awesome to have VR for that now.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping they bring it. They've got it. They've got it up their sleeves, I think.
Yeah.
Performance is almost there. I think it's close enough. Also been playing some Pavlov recently. They brought in a game mode that was a Gary's mod game type, or CS:GO Gary's mod, Source Engine, game type called Trouble in Terrorist Town. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it.
I am familiar with it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So it's the crux of the game is you have a team of people, but some of them, a smaller amount, or like a minority of the team, are the traitors, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But nobody knows they're the traitors, except for the traitors. Their goal is to kill everybody that's not a traitor, but the team doesn't know who it is. Yeah. So you have these situations, and
that's dope.
Yeah, there's also like a sheriff. So everybody knows who the sheriff is in this version, at least. Yeah. So the sheriff, kind of leads things because everybody knows the sheriff is not a traitor,
Yeah.
But there's a majority of civilians who are not traitors, but there's going to be a few, traitors in the crowd. So how do you figure out who's who? It leads to just really interesting gameplay, and it's been so fun because it's not just like team deathmatch. Like you get in these weird situations, man. I was playing in this map. It's like a mansion. We were on this boardroom. And there's like a TV that has the display of like, it's like 2 traitors and like 5 civilians, Yeah. So it's like, like how many people there should be.
Yeah.
And oh man, it's just so fun.
That sounds phenomenal. Yeah, I want to do that. It's all paranoid. You got guns involved and shit.
Whoa! Like putting their guns on the table. Like I walk around like my hands up sometimes. And just like, hey, it's cool. Because sometimes you just get shot on sight.
Holy
it's like, oh man,
shit! I don't trust you.
Yeah. I was playing as a sheriff one time, and we were all in the conference room trying to figure out who's who. And one of the guys was just like, "Traitor says what?" And another guy went, "What?" That's a confession. And I was right behind it. I went up behind him with my shotgun, and I executed him as was just at the time. And he was a traitor. He was a traitor.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. So, it's like the parasites on fucking Rick and Morty, bro.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They should do that with the virtual reality. Have a version of that shit.
They should.
God damn. Who's a parasite mode? That'd be awesome. This sounds amazing. Trader says what?
It's fun.
Pick up the gun. Pick it up. You saw him. He tried to get his gun on me. You know, jeez, you can do that in virtual reality now.
It's too much fun. I've been having a blast playing it because it's just such a good twist, you know.
It's phenomenal.
Your gameplay.
Exactly.
And in VR, like you get so much more like expression, you know, and, like the way you communicate, like who's shady and who's not, like, you know, just like the way they're acting or gesturing, or like, I don't know, sometimes it's just like a guy like pulls out a grenade and like holds it in his hand. It's just like, oh damn, like, all right, I don't know what to think. It's so fun.
God, that just warms my heart to hear that they have that in VR now.
Yeah, it's great. It's so good.
Yeah.
Pavlov is killing it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What do I have to do to tell you I'm not a traitor? Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me.
Yeah. It's fun playing as a traitor sometimes too, though.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I bet it's probably the most fun you can have.
Yeah.
You just get this big Grinch smile on your face.
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right.
I try to get sneaky. Like, I'll just like stab people. Or like, you know, you can like trick people. And,
Prison
like,
shank them?
Yeah. If like somebody doesn't see like who got killed, or like, you know, how many people were left, you know. You play mind games, you know? Like, you get crazy with it. It's so fun.
Oh, shit. Who stabbed him?
Yeah.
What happened? Just tossed the weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just found him like this, you guys. Yeah, right. But you really did find him like that? Oh, man.
If you want to play some later, let me know.
That might be a tomorrow thing.
Yeah.
That might be I ain't gonna lie. My eyes are a little heavy.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if I have it in me right now to be like,
Yeah.
Why shouldn't I shoot you again?
It is more mentally taxing. I found, like, having to like maintain, you know.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Presence in the gameplay, you know, and like converse with people, and not just like, all right, target there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you gotta.
That's the thing that people don't know if they haven't done it in VR. Like first-person shooters are a lot more stressful than any other game that you ever played.
So
especially if you can die with a realistic amount of gunshots.
Onward,
you don't have that recovering life. You just, shit, you get to really think about it. You know?
Yeah, I was playing some Search and Destroy on like the original Call of Duty Zombies map. It was pretty interesting. The map is not well balanced, but the Search and Destroy was a lot of fun. Like, you go down really quick, and the dynamics, man. They do it well in Pavlov with the Search and Destroy, with the timing of it. The rounds go quicker than you would think.
Pavlov was fun. I mean, I don't know how much we got into it that night that I played with you, but it's
a little bit. They've had they had a big update since then, I think, as well. Some new stuff.
Heard Onward has some updates too since last time we got in. I'm curious to hop back into some Onward too, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they had a big graphics update as well.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I gotta check that out too.
I'm just waiting for one of the big dogs to throw in. So, by the way, guys, this new Battlefield campaign, fully playable VR.
Yeah.
That would be phenomenal.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen right now.
Yeah.
But
maybe not right now, but sometime.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Shut up, Zach. Do not make me think of things like that. When they put first person mode in on 5, I was like, no. What?
Works well.
Yeah, it does.
Super. I beat my whole first playthrough in first person.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was so happy playing that. Just an open world. You can go anywhere in first person, and it's solid. VR, though?
VR.
Even if they just retrofit 5 for VR, I don't care.
Right.
I'll play all of it.
Yeah.
I think they're getting. I mean, they already did LA Noire. You know, they're dipping their toes.
Yeah.
And they did pretty well with it, I think, with LA Noire, from what I've seen. You know, I haven't played it, but
Just re-released Red Dead 1 with VR.
Oh man.
I heard that the reason the game's never come to PC in the first place is just because like the code was just so spaghetti to get it to run like on the Xbox in the first place. Yeah,
that's funny.
Consoles, it was like they got it and it ran well, like from what I remember.
Oh yeah,
great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but like I guess it was a lot of just crazy code, and like they just could not retrofit it to like work backwards for PC, which doesn't make sense to me. It's like you made it on a computer.
Yeah.
Like, like how do you not?
How does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty mind-blowing, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't do that shit again. Don't do that shit again.
No, they've confirmed it's coming for PC. Haven't said when. They're gonna do the same thing. Another, because they're already doing it. Like they're gonna release it like late in this console generation. And they're going to release it for PC, and then the next console generation is going to come out.
Oh, yeah. For that console. You're right.
Yep.
That's what they did with GTA 5, and it worked well. Because I bought it on Xbox 360, and then that was, and then the Xbox One came out, and I'd gotten a PC soon after they had released it, or just before, actually, I think they released it on PC. So it was good timing. And it felt like a good time to buy it again, and it was a good game. It was worth it. It was worth it to play it again.
For sure, man. This game, Red Dead, looks like that it's going to be worth it. I'm probably buying this game multiple times.
It's going to be huge. I mean, Rockstar is one of those studios that I trust that they're going to put out something worth my money. Sometimes I get upset, with like their practices, like with the way they did GTA 5 online and like the shark cards and shit.
Just neglect single player content.
Yeah, but the game was still great. The single player campaign was still amazing.
It's deep.
No,
a lot to do.
So much stuff. So it's hard to complain. Game's good money.
I even revisit Max Payne 3 still. Mm-hmm. Like that's a game that people don't really talk about much anymore, but it's a good game, man. Yeah. It really pushed the envelope when it came out.
Yeah.
And I can't remember last time, or if they ever have, Rockstar putting out something not amazing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I might have more faith in them than any studio out there. Them and Sony's first party lineup. Like, I just have a feeling it's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In other news, the Monster Hunter World PC port just came out.
It
I'm
did.
Looking at it, I want to get it, but just waiting. I forgot a lot I'm playing right now. So I'm waiting. I've got like a couple weddings I'm going to go to in the next month, so I'm saving money. I want to spend $60 on the new game right now.
Exactly.
Hotels and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the biggest launch on Steam this year, though.
It's huge, dude. It's like it peaked over 300,000 players today.
Wow.
Players today, yeah. So it's
definitely
up there, man. It's like, gigantic.
Dude, that's winning game of the year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I don't have any doubt in my mind that's winning game of the year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
With that kind of launch twice, what else qualifies? I mean, it's taken over every platform it's hit.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal.
It makes me excited to see what they do in the future because these studios have been neglecting PC for a long time.
Yeah, and that's why the delay was there. Even it would have launched alongside it if they, tried to rush it, or if they had already known what they were going to be doing. But this was their first time with a PC version of it, so they wanted to make sure that they did the research and they did it right. And so, obviously, people are playing it in droves. So that goes to show that they did do something right.
Well, they've got it out. There are some issues I've heard with certain performance settings. I guess the volumetric lighting just tanks performance on like a lot of systems.
Yeah.
There was an initial issue with the game launching on processors like older than, or like Intel's 3rd generation and lower. There was a certain instruction set that was like causing it to crash on startup. They fixed that really quick. And you just turn down the volumetric lighting setting, and that makes your performance better. Nice. But I'm excited to get into it because I really want to play it. It's like fun.
Yeah.
But I got my hands full right now, so I'm just gonna wait.
They
some patches and better. And,
exactly, and you'll have access to all the content that they've added on.
Yeah,
since
more monsters.
They just added the behemoth from Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love the stuff they've done with other developers.
Yeah, the crossover stuff. Yeah. Rathalos and Smash Bros. Like, damn. Yeah.
That's so ill. Or Aloy was, in there.
Ryu from Street Fighter, Mega Man, a bunch of good stuff. God, yeah. No, Monster Hunter's my game of the year. Just barely in front of God of War, just because of the amount of time and the amount of the sales. Yeah. I mean, God of War was really successful too, especially for a single player thing that's like
single platform.
Single platform too. I mean, if it's going to be a single platform, that's the best install base that you can work with, but
still like that. And they're releasing now the new Game Plus mode.
Yeah.
Man, my eyes lit up. And they're gonna have exclusive stuff for that playthrough. A lot of it
Exactly, and they're kind of keeping secrets about it. Like they're, they kind of want to surprise people as they're playing it through on New Game Plus. So we'll see how it goes. I finally got my copy of the game back, so I went to Kratos' house and.
You saw the little
snippet, man. Something or other. I don't want to spoil anything for Kevin because I don't know, man.
We're gonna be in Midgard for a while though.
Yeah.
In the God of World War, and this is gonna be glorious.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that New Game Plus though, I mean, gives it some legs.
Dude.
I'm super excited for that shit.
It's always a good thing in a game.
Yeah.
To have that in,
I love it. New Game Plus is always fun.
I don't know, man. That's a good note to end on though.
Yeah.
God of War getting New Game Plus. A little something we asked for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's everything on my list, except I was going to say something about Fallout 76, but, it's all right. We don't need to talk about that right now.
there'll be plenty of time for that.
Yeah, we'll get to that next week. Maybe some more developments. In a sentence, though, it's not going to be on Steam.
Oh.
That's about it.
Okay.
It's just going to be in the Bethesda launcher. Some people are
Interesting,
upset about that.
Yeah.
Like,
All good.
We'll talk about it more, though.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. I don't know. So much good stuff, though. Man, we talked about a lot today.
Yeah, it's gonna be back in the mix too.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So much going on. It's gonna be fun next few months, man. A lot of good stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, I had to get that out of my system. It's coming.
It's
in
coming
weeks.
up
Yeah.
each day.
Weeks.
Ooh, that reminds me. Sorry, one more thing. The game Unbreakable Gumball. The guy who made the Spider-Man VR demo.
Yeah.
He's got like a full demo on Steam now that you can check out. That's like a more developed and cool thing, and it's all about like Spider-Man.
Web slanging.
Yeah.
Looks really cool. I gotta check it out. I haven't seen I haven't done the demo yet, but it's out, and I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah.
As well as the new actual Spider-Man game. That's
There
gonna
you
be
go,
cool.
man. Good shit.
So anyway, we'll end
We're
on
long
that
overdue.
now.
Yeah, we'll end on that. Peace from the depths of Hades, hell, I don't know where we are.
Well,
Doom,
we're
wherever
on
this
Earth,
takes
we're on
place.
Earth, but it's
But
all
what
taken
version
over,
and what dimension is this? There's a lot of variables here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Anatomy Park. Holla at y'all.
Hip hop for life.
Hip hop for life.
For life. Signing out.
In a minute. I'll just slowly give it some content.